US President Donald Trump is leaving the White House come January 20th, paving the way for Democrat leader Joe Biden and his liberal gang to take up the mantle of the world's oldest democracy. However, such is the premonition of Trump roaring back to power in the next presidential election that Democrats, in collusion with the Silicon Sinister Six, are going out of their way to stop Trump from returning to the power corridors of Washington, D.C. On Wednesday, Trump became the first US president to be impeached twice in a single tenure. While the previous impeachment bid was foiled with relative ease by the Republican president, the Democrats are leaving no stone unturned this time to turn Trump's apple cart upside down. Democrats and 10 Republicans voted to impeach Trump on one charge: incitement of insurrection. The US Constitution says there are two ways to punish an impeached official: removal from office or disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. While Democrats have Trump impeached in the House due to their majority, the Blues still need to go through the trial in the Senate, which for all good reasons won't happen until Trump is already out of office. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's tenure expires on 19th January, and therefore an entirely new set of leaders will be sworn in to even begin the trial, the success of which depends on if the Republicans vote for impeaching Trump. A two-thirds majority would be needed there to convict Trump, meaning at least 17 Republicans would have to vote for conviction, which seems highly unlikely at this point. Noting the entirety of the situation, Republican Senator Tom Cotton said that the Senate lacks the constitutional authority to hold an impeachment trial for Trump after he leaves office on 20th January. Cotton remarked, "The Senate lacks constitutional authority to conduct impeachment proceedings against a former president. The founders designed the impeachment process in a way to remove office holders from public office, not an inquest against private citizens." With the Senate trial route not expected to work in the favor of Democrats, the Democratic Representative and House Majority Whip James Clyburn has suggested using US Constitution's insurrection clause to bar President Trump from running for president again. Clyburn said, "Make no mistake, there will be an impeachment trial in the United States Senate. There will be a vote on convicting the president for high crimes and misdemeanors, and if the president is convicted, there will be a vote on barring him from running again." Proving that Trump purposefully ignited the mob to advance towards Capitol Hill will be a tough task for the Democrats. Trump in the tweet called his supporters to fight for what was right, and that does nowhere translate into marching towards Capitol Hill and vandalizing the government property. If that was the case, half of Democrat leaders like AOC Ilhan Omar would be taking the stand for inciting violence during the Black Lives Movement. The mainstream media in the USA has been a lapdog of the Democratic Party for a while. Propounding progressive ideals, the mainstream media has been censoring the conservatives and even the President of the United States for a long time. And now, to counter Trump, the biggest opposition against the Democrats, the big tech companies have launched a full-blown campaign to silence the voice of the American president. As reported extensively by TFI, social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram have banned Trump's accounts, citing the flimsy reason that the president tried to incite the violence at Capitol Hill last week. The holier-than-thou attitude by Silicon Sinister Six is laughable to say the least, for these companies have thrived on polarization and divisiveness of the society for years. Therefore, when these companies suddenly drop the act of an evil ghoul to play a good Samaritan, it seems a little hard on the stomach for anyone to digest. Whatever happens in the next month or two, one thing is for certain: Donald Trump single-handedly took on the entire left liberal cabal and left them battered, as well as bruised. The cabal had to coalesce everything in their arsenal to put Trump away, and now, fearing an impending defeat in the next presidential elections, they are trying to preemptively stop Trump from even contesting the elections.